There's only one place to start, isn't there? Trent Alexander-Arnold and the news that came out yesterday that he is leaving Liverpool. Quite honest, or not, in the case of how people see this, there's polarized camps, isn't there? And to be honest, I said it yesterday on Newsround, and other people have almost said it, afterwards, and it's completely correct. Everyone's got a right to feel the way they feel. Liverpool fans are sick of being told by multiple pundits, by multiple national journalists, how they should feel about this, especially people on the outside looking in who've got no idea about the full circumstances and full chain, just looking at it from their small point of view. So, yeah, you feel how you want to feel about this. And there's extreme opinions, and I ain't saying they're wrong for one single second, but you've got a right to feel how you feel. The second big thing, which I'm not moving from at all, stick to the facts. This is a player who's been interviewed and said he wanted to be captain of Liverpool. This is a player who's been interviewed and said it means more when you win with your local side, a club that you grew up in. So that's factual as well. There's a question mark around this, I think, for many of how the club have handled it. Now, they did an interview, they filmed it with him, they sat down. And there's probably just a few bits I want to pull from this if you haven't seen it already. Can you explain the decision to our supporters? That opening question. So let's just see what Trent said. I think first and foremost, I want to say it's not an easy decision. There's a lot of thought and feeling that's gone into it. I've been here 20 years now and loved every single minute of it, achieved all my dreams, given everything day in, day out for 20 years. I've got to a point where I feel like I need a change, a new challenge for me as a player and as a person. And I think now is the right time for me to do that. Now, the club have let him present this, haven't they? And, give his full interview, full discussions. And we'll get into a little bit more of, I think, I could be wrong, but how the majority of us see that and how believable the phrase I'm going to use is on this. I can see the chat panel's buzzing on this already. How do you see it? One of the big decisions, the way the club have played this, the way the club have made that interview with him, almost rolled out the full sort of emotional video, allowed it. How do you see that? Again, it's maybe an opinion question. It's not ultimately a right or a wrong. You could see it different ways, of course. But for me, my opinion again, and people, honestly, when I make this call, I'm not telling anyone how to think. I'm telling you my take. You are entitled to think whatever you want. But for this, I'm not a big fan of them rolling out the bunting, I have to be honest. This, to me, feels like the club should have done the announcement, because you have to confirm it, how it's done. They've also known it for a while because, as has come out and transpired, that Trent officially spoke to Arne Slot in that March international break. I get why they've maybe waited till now and done it, but give him a full interview. Give him this video. Give him all this type of thing. I'm not sure. I think they could have just done it as like a line, a communication, a little bit more, and nothing else. I just don't fit. I'm going to be honest. I've read little bits of it, and I wanted to bring up just that part because that was the key bit on the screen and read it to you there if you're listening. But I'm not going to watch the video. I'm not going to watch the full interview and everything he says because it's been a hard decision. That there's bits go into it around, well, why did he sign a 4-year deal? I'm sure you've all seen the video of his brother at Wembley. Not a popular person, not a popular name particularly as well. People have read into that. Again, can agree or disagree. You also think about the various bits, the pointing to his head, the mouthing, all the celebrations, all the things that have gone into it and have allowed to have been dragged on and on is the key thing for me. So that is a part of my big decision why I'm not sure they've handled it in the best way. Could disagree. However, this is probably, I think, for many, why people are now ultimately suspicious. And I'm steering into this as well. As Paul Joyce and others have reported, as late yesterday, when this news, came out, Real Madrid are speaking to Liverpool about getting Trent Alexander-Arnold before the Club World Cup. Now, that starts officially on the 15th of June, so just over a month away, and how much they're prepared to pay. So this is the big decision for me. When and how much is it for Trent? Now, there's so many question marks around this. For a start, do you let him play those last 3 games? Do you have him in the squad at all? People are mixed on that. If he stays for those 3 games and past, Trent at the parade. How's that one received? How's that one received? And listen, as I'm saying this, you'll have all seen it, and no one should be telling anyone how to feel. But a lot of scouts, a lot of locals, have, really painfully hurt and burnt by this. They're entitled to that opinion. The only thing I say in all of this is, again, don't change facts. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Part of it hurts because he's an incredible player. The things he can do with his right foot are just, we've had those experiences. So let's not reinvent history at all. But this bit is what I really want to get into. How much? A lot of feel he sold his soul to Real Madrid, hasn't he, a little bit, and goes from there. How much should we be looking for? Should we be doing it even? Should we have a clean break and let him see out his contract? Here's my honest take on this. I think we should get something. Why shouldn't we? Anything that we could get, call it even a couple of million, it's booked as profit. It's absolutely booked as profit under, PSR and all those types of things. Also, why should we pay his wages all the way up till the 30th of June, which is apparently, according to the details, when that contract ends? I just don't see any point in that regard. If you can get a little bit, let's do it. Let's move the transfer window on quickly. Let's, and I don't get people are saying, even a few in the chat panel, about no, let him see it out and all that. I just feel Liverpool are being dictated to a little bit on this in terms of the way the interview's been given. They've let that come out. Yes, they have a say ultimately, but he said now what's happening. It's time to play hardball. It's time to get as much as you can out of Real Madrid. I mean, whether you see Trent in a Real Madrid shirt on the 15th of June, or whether you see Trent in a Real Madrid shirt on the 30th of June or past, does it actually make that difference to you? Now, the figure there is 1 million. I think that's a starting point for negotiations. But ultimately, when it says Trent leaving, but when on the screen, my big decision is get what you can and move it on quickly. And actually, Connor Bradley should be starting those 3 games. And I get people saying you want the highest points total, play the best team. But for me, this is done now. This is about what's good overall for the team and the squad. And Connor Bradley is a slightly different discussion about first choice right back. But for this one, get what you can and move Trent on as efficiently as possible.